So we got more bad news when it comes to anime and manga, not too long after Mangadex got destroyed with a massive DMCA strike, taking down now more than 7,000 titles, which is an insane number. Initially it was like 700, now it's over 7,000. I've seen a lot of stuff that I was reading, like I was reading two manhwa named The Beginning After the End and I Shall Master This Family. And since this whole DMCA strike, for both of them, more than 90% of the English scanlations were removed. So both of those manhwa are basically unreadable on Mangadex now. Mangadex got cooked. I mean, the site is still up, but there are a lot less titles than there were before, and even when you do see the titles there, you're going to see that most of the scanlations have been completely removed. But it doesn't stop there. No, they're not just going after manga, they're also going after anime. As we can see here, all episodes on major AnimeHeaven piracy site nuked after Crunchyroll DMCA action. All episodes on the popular anime piracy streaming site AnimeHeaven are inaccessible following DMCA action, with error messages reading, "Episode no longer available because DMCA trolls took down video server." One Discord mod says it's unlikely the videos will return, while another says this will presumably continue forever. According to SimilarWeb, AnimeHeaven had 11.6 million visits in April and 39.3 million over the last 3 months. So we can see that these sites are very popular, and I think we all know this. If I had to give a reason, of course, besides things being free on these sites, it's that they have all of the anime. As somebody who has Crunchyroll myself, it can get pretty annoying when all of the anime that I want to watch isn't in one place. You might see one come out that's on Crunchyroll, but then another one comes out and it's on High Dive, and then another one is on Disney Plus. Like one example for me would be Summertime Render. That was a really great anime to me. It's one of my favorite anime. When it came out, it was only available on Disney Plus. So I was like, okay, let me get Disney Plus and watch it, only to figure out, nope, it's actually not on Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus only in Japan. So I have Disney Plus and I still can't watch it, but the pirate sites had it up with subtitles, so I just watched it there. If it hadn't been for sites like that, I would not have been able to watch Summertime Render. And there's so many cases like this, it just makes me think, who is it actually helping to take all of these platforms down? If taking down the anime because you don't want people watching it for free just effectively leads to way less people watching the anime or reading the manga, I would say from a business perspective, it's not really helping you out. This article also says Crunchyroll was named as one of the rights holders that filed the takedown notice, with a mod replying to a channel member, "Can you stop Crunchyroll from spamming server providers?" Never forget that Crunchyroll 2 used to be one of these pirate anime sites. They did a whole rebrand where they started getting the licenses to stream the anime and removing all the stuff they didn't have licenses for, but they too used to be a platform where everybody could go watch these anime for free. And I do think these sites are a necessary part of the ecosystem. I mean, I like to think about it like this. Anime and manga platforms that are official appeal to people who are already really into anime and manga and manhwa, and they want the convenience of everything being in one place, no pop-up ads, a clean UI, the ability to save their spot in a chapter or in an anime episode. All of that stuff starts to matter, the quality of life. But when you're somebody who's not that into anime yet, or maybe somebody who doesn't have a job, are you really going to go to a platform like Crunchyroll and watch maybe most but not all of the anime that you want to watch for a monthly subscription that'll be quietly increased from time to time? And does anybody remember when Funimation got merged into Crunchyroll, and then Funimation users got transferred over to the more expensive Crunchyroll subscription, and their digital copies that they paid for got deleted because Crunchyroll does not support Funimation digital copies? So again, these companies can do this in whatever they want, but God forbid you watch an anime or read a manga that isn't available on one of these platforms. I mean, it happens a lot. You go to the search bar, you put in an anime you want to watch, and Crunchyroll doesn't have it. Now obviously the people who do own the rights to these anime are within their own right to take these things down, but I don't think it helps the scene or helps these anime become more popular or make more money, especially when we're talking about the manga and manhwa, some of which is unlicensed. Based on these recent events with all of these DMCA strikes happening, it definitely seems like the stance against these piracy sites for manga and manhwa are getting a lot more aggressive. So if you have one that you go to that you really like, it's probably a good idea to gatekeep it, because it doesn't look like this is going to get any better. I really think that this back and forth will probably just continue though, because for many people, using the piracy sites is just a better experience. I think I can say this and most people would agree, nobody likes going to multiple different platforms and having multiple subscriptions to be able to watch all of the anime that they want to watch, and still there would be some titles that aren't available to you based on your region, like Summertime Render. Really good anime, by the way, and it was crazy that it was only on Disney Plus in Japan. So when people make the statement that piracy of anime and manga is actually an issue of distribution, I'm inclined to agree. I mean, yes, there's always going to be some level of piracy because some people wouldn't be able to access the content otherwise, but I don't really think hitting flooding these sites with mass DMCA takedowns is the solution to that, especially since these sites are what lead to most people becoming anime fans in the first place. I mean, unless you were watching Dragon Ball or whatever anime happened to be on Toonami on TV, you probably have gone to one of these piracy sites to watch anime or read manga, especially if you were too young to get a job and there was no way for you to get the money to watch anime on official platforms. And I think it would be pretty hard to find somebody who started with Crunchyroll and not any piracy sites. And like I said earlier, if you go back far enough, starting with Crunchyroll was starting with a piracy site. And while they probably show a lot more anime on Japanese TV, that's not really the case over in the West. So without all of these platforms that have all of this anime, manga, and manhwa uploaded in one place and translated, the Western fan base would be way smaller than it is, which would be overall worse for anime, I imagine. And I do think there's probably a lot of people at these companies that see it from that perspective and can see it from both sides. But there's probably executives at the top that see the amount of piracy and think that if they get rid of all of the piracy, then all those people would convert to paying viewers, which obviously wouldn't happen, but these guys probably aren't thinking about second order effects and the medium as a whole becoming much smaller because of way less people actually consuming the content. But sites do go down from time to time, particularly when they get too big, so while we could see a continuation to these mass DMCA strikes, we could also see a slowdown in these takedowns, at least for the near future. Well, that's all I have for this video. If there's more platforms that get taken down, I'll probably make an update on it. If you liked the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Helps me make more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.